Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I am having a nice little beach walk in the morning before I go home and have lunch and go to work. But we're just going to have a pleasant quick walk. Well, not along the beach on this bit, we're walking on the promenade because it's a little bit wet. I don't think I can get across. So I think we'll stay on here for this one. I thought whilst it's nice weather, I'm going to get out and film as much as I can. Because I know you guys do like to see the beach. I've often thought about this, you know, I could not live away from the beach now. When I was younger, in my early 20s, well 19, 20, when I was actually 20, not my early 20s, I moved to London. I got a job on the London Underground for a few years. Job was great fun, I made some great friends, great place to work, but man, I miss the beach. Yeah, the worst things about London moving there were, and I'm going back to the mid-80s now, so I'm not saying this is an example of London today, this was my thoughts in the mid-80s. The worst thing about London was how it smelled different. The second you get off the train, or the second I got off the train at Euston Station, the city had a smell to it, and young me, I don't know, I would have described it as like that train station-y, like nauseous travel sickness smell. I'm probably making it sound worse than it was, but the station had like this smell to it, and I got outside thinking it would just be the station, but the whole city just smelled of traffic and trains, and it was just like claustrophobic for me. Because when you come from a seaside town, the air is a lot fresher for sure. So that was, I mean, you quickly get used to it. It's like, I don't want to say it's like when you walk into the monkey house at the zoo and you think, oh my god, it stinks, and after you've been there for a while you're like, yeah, it's fine now. But it is sort of like that. You get used to the place you're living in and then everything smells fine. But the other thing about London, what I couldn't tolerate in the 80s, was how absolutely manky the tap water tasted. Because I'm somebody that drinks a lot of water. I've always drank a lot of water my whole life. It's always been like my absolute go-to drink. And I remember just filling up a big bottle of water to take to work, and the dude I was living with, I wasn't actually living with him, I was renting a room in his flat because he was my friend's boyfriend and she was living with him. But anyway, I digress. He said to me, oh, you don't want to drink that? And I said, no, I drink water all the time. He said, oh, you should just buy a bottle. I'm like, no, tap water's fine. And when I tasted the water, it was the grimmest taste ever. It tasted like you had an old tin kettle, what you've boiled water with on the stove, made your cup of coffee and then let the rest of the water go cold, then reboiled it again later on, and then let the leftover water go cold, and then 2 days later drank the old kettle water. That's sort of what the London tap water tasted like. And I would just think, yeah. And every time I had a holiday hours to book off from work, I'd come back to Blackpool obviously for a couple of weeks just to spend a bit of time with my family and friends. And the water just tasted like nectar. The water that came out of the Blackpool taps just tasted like nectar compared to the like manky London water. And like I said, I'm not saying that's the case now. I have no idea what London tap water's like, because I came back to Blackpool in the early 90s and I've never been back to London since, so no idea what the tap water's like. But yeah, the fresh air on the beach is the best thing about Blackpool for sure. I mean, there's many beautiful things about Blackpool, but just walking on the beach like this and just the fresh air and space and freedom is so beautiful. But anyway, I am going to finish this video now. It is a little bit shorter, but we've still enjoyed a nice beach walk. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me to the very end of the video. As usual, if you enjoyed it, just tap of that like button before you go. And I'll see you very soon in the next one. Goodbye.